I was born on a small island in the Black Sea. People say it's a dangerous place. There are bears and wolves and something else. Something people fear is much worse.
The Legend of Ochi has been growing into one of the most talked about fantasy projects of recent times, and every new update has added a fresh wave of excitement. The story has continued to evolve behind the scenes, expanding from a simple adventure into a world filled with mystical creatures, forgotten lands, and emotional character arcs that promise to deliver something far more meaningful than a typical fantasy tale. As more glimpses from the production leak out, fans have begun piecing together clues, forming their own theories, and imagining how the journey of its young hero and the mysterious creature named Ochi will unfold. With the atmosphere around the project becoming richer and more vibrant, anticipation has turned into something deeper, a feeling that this film might introduce a brand new mythos that stays with viewers long after the credits roll. What keeps drawing people in is the unique bond at the center of the story, the connection between a troubled child searching for belonging and a creature that seems to hold secrets older than the mountains it roams. Early internal discussions from the team revealed that the emotional tone of the film was always meant to be its backbone. Instead of relying purely on spectacle, the creators wanted to explore themes of loss, healing, and rediscovery through two characters who don't speak the same language, yet understand each other more deeply than anyone else around them. This direction reportedly shaped the entire script, pushing the narrative beyond a simple adventure and transforming it into a journey of self-realization and ancient wonder. In recent production conversations, the world of Ochi was described as a place where nature breathes with its own consciousness. Forests shift subtly when walked upon, rivers seem to hum faint melodies, and giant mountain beasts roam quietly in the distance as if they are guardians of a forgotten age. Animators and creature designers wanted Ochi to feel like a being born from this world, a creature that looks gentle yet powerful, innocent yet wise, possessing eyes that seem to remember centuries of stories. Early glimpses of test footage reportedly showed scenes filled with glowing spores floating through the night, giant tree arches bending in the wind, and Ochi moving with a fluid, almost spiritual presence that instantly set the tone for the film. The young hero at the center of the story was crafted to reflect the emotional struggles many viewers can relate to: confusion about identity, fear of growing up, and yearning for a sense of home. According to internal notes shared among the creative team, the character was designed to feel real and vulnerable, rather than traditionally heroic. The goal was to portray a child who doesn't set out to save the world, but simply wants to understand their place in it, and in the process, ends up discovering truths far larger than expected. Their journey begins with frustration, loneliness, and a sense of being misunderstood, but the relationship with Ochi slowly becomes the light that guides them toward courage and purpose. Behind the scenes, production updates hinted that filming locations played a major role in bringing the fantasy world to life. Vast stretches of untouched landscapes, rocky highlands, dense forests lit by golden sunsets, and mist-covered valleys were chosen to reflect the emotional evolution of the characters. The team reportedly spent weeks capturing natural light shifts, studying how fog rolled across fields at dawn, and observing wildlife movements to inspire the tone of different scenes. These choices were part of the effort to build a world that doesn't feel like a backdrop, but rather a living, breathing entity that interacts with the characters on a spiritual level. One of the most exciting updates throughout the film's development was the care placed into Oshi's design. Early concepts ranged from small, gentle woodland beings to towering mythical guardians. Eventually, the team settled on a creature that existed somewhere between familiar and alien, a being shaped by nature, but not bound by it. Its movements were reportedly inspired by a mix of animal references: the curiosity of a fox, the caution of a deer, the playful innocence of a young bear, and the quiet wisdom of an elephant. These influences were layered into each frame to make Ochi feel emotionally expressive, even without dialogue. The emotional tone of the film intensified when discussions about the antagonistic forces surfaced. Instead of creating a single villain, the team leaned toward portraying nature itself as being in danger, corrupted or disturbed by human greed, misunderstanding, or ancient imbalances that have resurfaced after centuries. The threat was described as something that cannot simply be defeated, but must be understood, something that forces the young hero to confront difficult truths and learn that courage is often found in compassion rather than conflict. Ochi's role in this unfolding mystery became even more central, as the creature seems to carry knowledge tied to the world's healing. Internal excitement grew when the project reached its editing phase. Rumors described early cuts of the film featuring slow-building emotional moments balanced with sweeping fantasy imagery. In one of the standout scenes referenced by the team, the child and Ochi reportedly walk across a moonlit clearing filled with bioluminescent plants that glow brighter with every step they take. This sequence was said to symbolize trust growing between them, with soft, echo-like musical notes carrying the moment to life. Scenes like this were crafted to make audiences feel wonder without overwhelming them with noise or visual chaos. Another key moment that gained attention during production discussions involved a tense chase sequence through a labyrinth of ancient rock formations. Rather than portraying the moment with frantic energy, the team wanted to inject an atmosphere of mystery and fear of the unknown. The hero clings desperately to Ochi while the wind howls through the cracks of the stones, carrying whispers of forgotten legends. The scene reportedly ends with the pair discovering a hidden cavern illuminated by glowing markings on the walls, hinting that Ochi's species once played a vital role in maintaining balance within the world. Fans also became fascinated with the musical direction of the film. Updates suggested that the score blends soft orchestral melodies with natural sound textures, rustling leaves, distant thunder, the hum of forest life, and the soft, rhythmic heartbeat of the world itself. These elements were woven together to create a soundscape that feels both intimate and epic, capable of guiding the emotional flow of scenes without overshadowing their meaning. The theme connected to Ochi was described as warm and slightly haunting, hinting at both the creature's innocence and its ancient significance. During the final stretch of production, there were internal discussions about the symbolic themes embedded throughout the film. The Legend of Ochi wasn't designed to simply entertain, but to remind viewers of the importance of connection to others, to nature, to heritage, and most importantly, to oneself. The hero's journey is shaped not by achieving greatness, but by learning empathy and understanding the weight of choices. This thematic foundation gives the story a timeless feel, making it resonate with viewers of all ages. When early trailer-style footage was shown to the internal team, the atmosphere reportedly shifted. Scenes of the child climbing rugged hills, Ochi leaping across massive roots in slow motion, storms gathering over glowing mountains, and ancient symbols lighting up beneath the earth created a sense of epic wonder. The final shots included glimpses of a shadowy force creeping across the land, Ochi standing protectively in front of the child, and a powerful moment where the hero reaches out to a wounded creature with trembling hands, symbolizing the courage to choose compassion, even in fear. As final sound mixing and color grading took place, the world of Ochi became even richer. Deep blues, emerald greens, amber glows, and shadowy purples were layered to give each landscape its own personality. Sunlit scenes feel warm and hopeful, while darker moments immerse viewers in mystery and quiet dread. The color palette supports the emotional progression of the story, ensuring that every frame looks purposeful and alive. In the final moments of the film, which the team lightly teased in internal discussions, the child stands on a cliff overlooking a vast valley bathed in dawn light. Ochi remains beside them, no longer just a creature but a companion who helped them discover strength in vulnerability. The journey may have reached a moment of calm, but the world still feels full of mysteries waiting to be explored, hinting that the Legend of Ochi is only the beginning of a greater mythos.